Hi, welcome everyone, and thank you for joining me today. This brief recorded presentation is about business value drivers, and it will talk about how your organization can shift from simply measuring activity to creating measurable strategic growth with AI. This discussion is tailored for executive teams leading small to mid-sized businesses in healthcare industry sectors such as medical devices, diagnostics, and professional services. My name is Irina Agoulnik, and I'm the founder of AIiA Consulting, where I help scaling businesses strategically leverage AI technology and operational intelligence. But first, a few words about my agency. Here is my digital clone, Avatar Avar, and she will introduce you to the AIiA services. Why do I use Avatar for introductions? The answer is simple. It helps me to standardize the important introduction message across many presentations I deliver as the owner of AIiA Consulting. Avar, please proceed.
Hello, and welcome to AIiA Consulting, where business growth dreams come true with AI implementation. Personally, I envision a world where people are freed from mundane, repetitive work so they can pursue important goals and feel excited about new opportunities. I see AI technology as a true partner and an empowering force that guides, supports, and educates, but ultimately leaves decision-making in human hands. My ideal clients are ambitious small businesses eager for growth, especially those whose owners may lack strong business or technology backgrounds. I hope to foster a client's mindset of everything is possible. Together, we build a successful future. And while profit remains a key indicator of business success, I believe true success means laying a foundation for the future and unlocking intellectual growth in every team member, enabling them to spot opportunities and innovate in ways that are unique and valuable. Let's partner to unlock your business growth with AI.
Thank you, Ava. That was terrific. Now, without further ado, let us get started with definition of the value driver. When we talk about value drivers, we're talking about the measurable factors that directly influence business performance. These are not abstract ideas. These are metrics and mechanisms that move your revenue, profitability, market share, and customer outcomes. Think of value drivers as the levers your executive team can pull to change the trajectory of the company. Here's the famous example that illustrates the power of focusing on the right driver. A modest, just 5% increase in customer retention can increase profits by 25 to 95%. That's because retention compounds. Acquisition costs shrink, customer lifetime value rises, and operational predictability improves. So value drivers create leverage, not incremental change. And why is it important to identify your own business value drivers? There are at least 4 advantages in understanding them. The first one is clarity. You will reveal the true source of value creation in your business. The second one is resource focus. You can direct capital and talent toward the areas with the highest return. The third is performance tracking. Your KPIs become meaningful, not cosmetic. And the fourth one, strategic alignment. When KPIs connect directly to strategy, companies see substantially improved outcomes. In fact, organizations aligning KPIs with strategy achieve 29% higher revenue growth, according to Gartner. So here's an example with McDonald's business model. I'm sure you know about that, but I think it's a perfect place to remind you about it. So McDonald's doesn't win because it sells more hamburgers. It wins because it owns or controls the best corners in the world and gets paid rent, whether you buy fries or not. Now, regardless of whether you run a large enterprise with clearly defined departments or a small organization where roles overlap, your business operations are inherently departmentalized. Each function creates value in a very distinct way. Finance drives value through capital efficiency, operations through productivity, marketing through demand creation, sales through conversion, human resources through workforce capability, IT through reliable and scalable infrastructure, research and development through innovation, and customer service through retention and reputation. Together, these 8 functions form the backbone of value creation in most organizations. Those 8 are foundational value drivers, not differentiated ones. They exist in almost every organization because they reflect how work is organized, not how competitive advantage is created. What does change by industry is which drivers dominate, how value is measured inside each driver, where disproportional returns come from. And to look at that as from different angle, I would like to show you two examples from different industries, healthcare and digital marketing. So in healthcare and specifically medical devices, the value drivers skew heavily toward outcomes and operational performance. Patient outcomes sit at the top at 25%. Operational efficiency contributes about 20%. Technology adoption, especially AI and digital health tools, add another 15%, and compliance and safety carry another 15%. And then on top of that, patient experience, increasingly tied to reimbursement, contributes 15% as well. These percentages reflect the mixed regulatory, clinical, and customer landscape that most healthcare organizations face today. Now, if we look at their digital marketing companies, the emphasis shifts. The lead conversion and ROI dominate at 30%. Engagement metrics contribute 20%. SEO and organic growth make up 15%, and advertisement spend efficiency is another 20%. The brand equity sits at 15%. And these drivers reflect rapid cycles, attribution complexity, and the need for measurable marketing performance. Now, given these definitions, three analytical principles might help executives make sense of value drivers. The first one is very well known. It's Pareto principle. It talks about the fact that only a small subset of drivers, often around 20% only, typically accounts for most of the enterprise value. Note, the concentration of value is real, not rhetorical. The second principle is quantification. Value drivers must be measured in financial impact, not merely operational activity. Remember, capturing activity is not the same as capturing the impact. And the third one is dependency mapping. No driver operates in isolation. Marketing effectiveness depends on data and IT infrastructure. Patient outcomes depends on staffing operational execution, and retention depends on both product performance and service quality. Now you see, value drivers are not independent variables. They behave like a system, and systems reward focus, measurement, and leverage. And here is the perfect place for us to start talking about AI implementation, because AI implementation is not about tools. It's about operationalizing value drivers. Now that we have identified the value drivers, the question becomes how to turn inside information into action. That requires a structured implementation framework. So first, you will align KPIs directly to your value drivers, so you are measuring impact, not activity. Then you will assign cross-functional accountability because value drivers rarely live in a single department. Thirdly, you will monitor performance in a near real time using dashboards and AI-enabled analytics to surface signals early. And finally, you will have to embrace continuous adaptation. Value drivers are not static. They evolve as markets, technology, and customer expectations change and grow. So, value creation is not about doing more, as we've learned. It's about doing the right things better. The largest performance gains emerge from cross-departmental alignment, where value drivers are executed as a system rather than silos. In healthcare, the system centers on patient outcomes and operational efficiency. In digital marketing, it is driven by campaign ROI and the quality of engagement. Ultimately, organizations that adopt data-driven value driver model build lasting resilience and sustain competitive advantage. Now, here I'm giving you three reflection questions to take back to your team. First, identify the three metrics that most influence your departmental or business success. Second, map metrics financial connection. How does each influence profitability or customer satisfaction? And third, run diagnostics on data gaps. What prevents you from accurately tracking these metrics today? Note, the exercise you've just been given is not academic. It's the first step in turning your organization's complexity into clarity. Whether you're just beginning to think about value drivers or already working with advanced analytics, the next step is the same. Make value explicit and actionable. And this work doesn't start with technology. It becomes the foundation for durable market leadership, your leadership on the market. If you don't have experts on a team or lack resources, and you would like to explore how quickly we can map your value drivers and align them to your strategic goals, you can learn more at aiconsulting.com. At AI Consulting, we support executive teams with structured value driver assessment. We interview your leadership, analyze your value chain with proprietary AI tools, and generate a report with prioritized growth path. Then present it back to your leadership team. This gives you a tangible roadmap for strategic improvement. Remember, you don't need perfect data or advanced AI to begin with. You need focus. AI technology simply accelerates what's already in place and clear. Organizations don't fail because they start in different places. They fail when they don't start at all. So now, thank you for joining this session. Now you understand that organizations to win next are not the ones that do more, but the ones that grasp their value best and act on it fastest. Give me a call, drop me a line by email. I'd be happy to address your pain points. See you soon. Bye bye now.